Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine, even in a warm room? It's a sensation that defies logic, a cold touch that seems to come from nowhere. You might be sitting comfortably, perhaps reading a book or watching TV, when suddenly an inexplicable shiver courses through your body. A shiver that makes the hairs on your arms stand on end. It's as if the air itself has turned against you, wrapping you in an invisible cloak of dread. You glance around trying to find the source, but there's nothing there, just the unsettling feeling that you're not alone. What would you do if you heard a voice calling your name from the darkness? A voice that seems to come from the very shadows themselves, echoing in the silence of the night. Would you call out in return, or would you remain frozen, hoping it was just your imagination? Not a friendly voice, but a whisper laced with ice. A whisper that sends a jolt of fear straight to your heart. It's a voice that seems to know you, to understand your deepest fears and darkest secrets. A voice that promises nothing but terror. A voice that seems to know your deepest fears. It speaks to the part of you that you try to keep hidden, the part that wakes up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat. It knows what you're afraid of, and it revels in that knowledge. This is where our story begins, on the edge of what we know, where the familiar meets the unknown. It's a place where reality blurs with nightmare, and every shadow hides a secret. A place where the line between fear and curiosity is razor thin, teetering on the precipice of fear itself. It's a delicate balance, one that can be tipped with the slightest nudge. One moment you're safe in the light, the next you're plunged into darkness with only your fears to keep you company. This is the story of the night the shadows spoke. A tale that will take you to the very heart of darkness, where the shadows have a voice and they are not afraid to use it. It's a story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the night. Be warned, once you hear this tale, you may never look at the shadows the same way again. They will become more than just the absence of light. They will become a presence, a whisper in the dark, a question that you may never want to answer. Legends are often born from whispers in the dead of night. These whispers, carried by the wind, find their way into the ears of those who dare to listen. They speak of things unseen, of shadows that move with a life of their own, and of secrets that are better left unspoken. Stories passed down through generations, each telling adding a layer of dread. These tales, etched into the very fabric of our collective memory, grow with each retelling. The old books, covered in dust, hold the weight of these stories, their pages yellowed with age and filled with the fears of those who came before us. The night the shadows spoke is one such legend. It is a tale that has been told and retold, each version more terrifying than the last. The shadows, they say, come alive on this night, whispering secrets that no one should hear. The haunted house, with its flickering lights, stands as a testament to the fear that this night brings. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, lost to time and the fear it evokes. The ancient tombstones, weathered by the passage of time, bear silent witness to the countless souls who have been touched by this legend. The abandoned building, covered in ivy, stands as a reminder of the past, its walls echoing with the whispers of those who once lived there. Some say it began in a small village, nestled at the edge of a dark and ancient forest. The villagers, they say, were the first to hear the whispers, their lives forever changed by the secrets they uncovered. The narrow path that leads into the forest is said to be the gateway to the unknown, a place where the shadows come alive and the legend begins. Others claim it originated in a crumbling asylum, where madness clung to the air like fog. The asylum, with its broken windows and desolate corridors, was a place of despair and fear. The whispers, they say, drove the inhabitants to madness, their minds consumed by the secrets they could not escape. Wherever it began, one thing is certain. This story has a way of burrowing into your mind, taking root in the darkest corners of your imagination. The fear it evokes is palpable, a living thing that grows with each retelling. The wide eyes of those who have heard the legend speak volumes, their fear a testament to the power of the story. It is a legend that will continue to be told, its whispers echoing through the ages, forever haunting those who dare to listen. Fear. It's a small word, but it carries immense weight. It's a universal language, understood by every human heart. No matter where you come from, fear speaks to you in a way that nothing else can. It's the primal instinct that keeps us alive, warning us of danger. It triggers our fight or flight response, making us hyper-aware of our surroundings. But fear can also be a powerful storyteller. It weaves tales that captivate our imagination, drawing us into a world where anything is possible. It amplifies our senses, makes us question what we see and hear. Every creak, every whisper becomes a potential threat. The night the shadows spoke plays on our deepest fears, the ones that keep us awake long after the lights go out. It taps into the primal fear of the dark, the unknown and the unseen. The fear of the unknown, the fear of what might be lurking just out of sight. The fear of being alone in the dark where every shadow seems to hide a monster. The fear that something wicked this way comes. It's a fear that has been with us since the dawn of time, and it continues to haunt us to this day. Fear is not just an emotion, it's a part of our very being. It shapes our actions, our thoughts and our stories. It is the familiar face that we all recognize yet can never fully understand. And as long as there are shadows in the night, fear will continue to be our constant companion, whispering tales of caution and survival. So the next time you feel that chill down your spine, remember, fear is just a story waiting to be told. Our story centers around an old house perched atop a windswept hill. A house with a past as dark and brooding as the storm clouds gathering overhead. Sarah, a young woman escaping a troubled past, seeks refuge within its aging walls. She dismisses the local rumors of the house being haunted as mere superstition. But as the sun begins to set, casting long, eerie shadows across the floorboards, Sarah hears it, a whisper, soft as a breath against her ear. Sarah. Section 5. The voice takes hold. At first, Sarah questions her sanity. Was it just the wind whistling through the cracks? But the voice persists, growing stronger, more insistent. It seems to emanate from the very walls themselves, echoing through the empty halls. It calls her name, taunting her, toying with her. Sarah tries to rationalize, to explain away the impossible. But deep down, a chilling certainty takes hold. She is not alone in this house. Section 6. Trapped in terror. As darkness descends, the whispers escalate into blood-curdling screams. The shadows themselves seem to writhe and contort, taking on menacing shapes. Panic seizes Sarah. She's trapped in a nightmare, hunted by an unseen entity. She runs from room to room, each one colder, more menacing than the last. The temperature plummets, the air thick with a palpable sense of dread. The house is alive with unseen terror, and it's closing in on Sarah. Section 7. Finding the light. Just when all hope seems lost, Sarah stumbles upon a hidden room. Inside, a single flickering candle casts a warm, inviting glow. As she steps closer, she notices a name etched into the dusty floorboards. Emily. Suddenly, memories come flooding back. Stories her grandmother used to tell her about a young girl who once lived in this house, a girl named Emily, who tragically died within its walls. Could Emily be the voice calling out from the shadows? Section 8. A legacy of fear. With newfound determination, Sarah decides to confront the entity. She speaks to the shadows, to Emily, acknowledging her pain, her sorrow. She promises to share Emily's story to ensure that she will never be forgotten. As dawn breaks, the shadows recede, the voices fade into silence. The house is still, but the air is no longer heavy with fear. It's as if a weight has been lifted, a debt paid. Section 9. Your story awaits. The night the shadows spoke is a reminder that fear can be a powerful force, but it can also be a catalyst for courage and compassion. It teaches us that sometimes the scariest stories are those that remind us we are not alone. Now it's your turn. What scares you most? Share your own chilling tales in the comments below, and let's keep the shadows at bay together. Section 10. Join the shadows. Don't forget to subscribe for more spine-chilling stories and terrifying tales from the dark corners of imagination. Until next time, sleep tight and don't let the shadows bite.